We doing it this
What's
time?
up, everybody? We're doing it. We're doing it live. All-Stars Comic Podcast. Let's do it. Happy Mother's Day, everybody. Happy Mother's Day. Hope everyone had a good one. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Idiosyncratic Pulp on Instagram.
Yeah.
Working on some Conan stuff this week. Working on put up my new boards. We'll show that in a second. You are on the X. I got to
X.
pull your stuff for this week. Got to pull it.
Sure.
Got to pull
Pull
your
it.
stuff for this week.
Rob Messick on X Twitter. That is my Youngblood cover a day. I'm still doing it. I'm Roger cruising it. I'm extreme destroying it.
Roger
Uh,
cruising it.
Roger cruising, dude, cruising. It's fun stuff. It's good stuff. Getting a lot of replies, a lot of reposts, which is fun. And the secondary account, Maximum Supreme. That's Supreme page a day. We're doing Supreme number 0, which is an Eric Stevenson Todd Nauck issue that takes place after Supreme number 31. It kind of like reveals stuff about Supreme. So, we'll see what happens. 30 years ago when I first read it.
Yeah. I haven't read. I put up. We'll jump into the picks so I can put up the what I worked on for two. First off, well, I'll put it up and then I'll explain. So in my house, in my living room, I have. Let me go in here real fast. Boom. So I have three boards I got at Hobby Lobby, and they perfectly fit 18? Yeah, 18 each, three boards. So what I wanted to do basically was just kind of run through a Youngblood chronology. So basically, I'll have this on my Instagram. So basically, I was at Megaton 8. Is that what that was?
Megaton 8.
Megaton 8. Maybe I should pull these.
Pull it, Mark. That's all you've been doing lately.
All I've been doing. Yeah, maybe
You won't get prostate cancer if you keep pulling it.
Yeah, maybe I'll pull these real fast. Let me pull these out. Pull these out. Pulling them out.
So what I dig about Megaton 8 is it's an ad for Youngblood for the Megaton comic that never happens. But next week, I think is Youngblood Deluxe number 2. And in the back of the issue, we're getting, the recolor of Youngblood number 2.
Mhm.
But then we are getting the Youngblood 1987, that Megaton story, the 8-page Megaton story that Liefeld penciled. It's colored. And he's putting that in the back of the next issue. I don't know if he's doing that ad. I do know that the cover is in it. And I do know that the Megaton Explosion, which is like a DC Who's Who Marvel Universe style preview book, I know that double page spread is in it. So.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I'm excited to see that.
Yeah, I mean, this was the reason for it. I mean, this launch, this is what you got on the whatnot for me, and then so this is what kind of spurned it on for what I'm going to change it around to, right? So
it's fun.
I'll kind of blow through these. I think there's some of these are probably out of order, but
that's fine.
Also, that's the foil. That's the foil
deluxe. Beautiful
one.
It's tempting to just get all foils, isn't it? Like get a foil 2, get a foil.
I think that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
The foil deluxes are cheaper. They're only like $10 through a store.
Mm.
But like he's made some foils for Youngblood 2025, but like there's like 50 of them, so it's gonna cost you like $50.
Right.
They're rare as hell, worth it, but like it adds up.
Yeah. So let's see. So we got the ad. So I literally just kind of pulled it. Who cares? I mean, that the copy I had's kind of beat up, so I'm not really caring about it, and I don't want to, so that's fun.
No, you want to showcase that.
Youngblood 1/1. Did we figure out that there's two different? You said Riptides in one of these, I guess.
That's on the back cover.
On the back cover.
The back cover, or the B team. Mm-hmm. There's a different color variation for the background, and Riptide's in that eye, in the image eye.
Son of a bitch! There's a variation on this.
There's a variation on that.
Oh my god! Maybe
I know.
The image out.
Like
you're biting your tongue.
Yes,
because he's got the two. There's got the color. Because I do have 4.
I saw that
4 Youngblood number 2.
There's a color variation on Youngblood 0 as well. Hate to tell you.
No, I do know that, but I was also mad that I was surprised. A couple of them I was surprised that I don't have. I may have had doubles and I may have sold them off, but I'm just surprised I have that I wanted an extra one there, and I'll show you why. Because I want both sides, which I do on the next one. So Youngblood Strike File, Youngblood 5 there.
Which is great. Youngblood.
Um, Team Youngblood, Battle Zone, but then I did the Battle Zone 2.
Oh, you had two of them. So you go, yeah, that's
Got
nice.
two of them, but I'm surprised I didn't have this Youngblood 6. I didn't have
Yeah.
two of those. That's a bummer because I wanted that. 7, 8, 9, 10. Team Youngblood 9. Oh, I have the Bad Rock. I have the Bad Rock variant cover of the Valentino X one, but I don't. The
Okay.
cover. The cover is kind of crappy, so I didn't. I
It's
didn't. It's fine.
an
Um,
Extreme Prejudice. That's two parts as well, right?
yeah, yeah,
Man, you're
yeah. But
just
Extreme. Well, let's see. Yeah, so I got Blood Strike, Rub the
yeah.
Blood, Young Blood. I did the Inside Image because I actually had Prophet number 1 up there, and I was like,
Right.
wait, I have no Dan Panosian on here, so
Uh,
let me throw that up. So Dan
that's cool.
Panosian. All right,
Inside
then I
Image.
got.
That is an original cover, not used for the comic or variant or anything.
It's in a few ads. It's
Yeah.
in ads. That art is in ads, but yes,
There's
that is not
probably
in there.
about 5 or 6 Prophet images
There's
that
one where
weren't
he's in
used as
like a
covers.
garden. Yeah, there's one where he's kind of like
Uh-huh.
walking. He's like with the garden like behind him.
They
That
made
looks
they
great.
made a poster out of that one. Really nice looking.
Son of a bitch. I have to get that. Too much. It's too much.
There is too
It's
much.
overwhelming. You got the Brian Murray. I thought there is an Extreme Destroyer 2. Is that right? This is
Correct.
1. So I
That
have
is one.
Sacrifice 1, 2. Yeah, again, same thing. I thought I had an extra Sacrifice. I might. I didn't look through my double box. That's okay.
Right.
I have like 3 copies of Youngblood of Deathmate Red, which I think McGowan does not have. There's my
That's a nice cover.
Shaft and Team cover with signed. Uh, yeah. So I try to zoom in on. Oh yeah, this is the last board.
Okay. Oh, nice.
Prophet number 1 Chromium. Even though I like Prophet 2 cover better, not the Frank Miller cover, just the. But I had that up there already. It
Right.
already got shown. Got the Newman.
Newman.
I had Bloodpool in the stack for a little bit, but
Yeah.
gotta get out of here, Batley. Get out of here.
There are. I see your Youngblood X
Matsuda.
Force. There are 2 parts to that and
Yeah.
4 covers between them. 4 covers. Wolverine Bad Rock's got 2 covers too. That's a mess. It's a mess. There's a lot of them.
I have the Chap Yep Wolverine Badrock
Okay.
cover. Who did X Force Youngblood?
It's Liefeld. Liefeld. Are you talking about the insides or the covers?
The inside.
Roger Cruz did a lot of one, and then probably the other guys, maybe some Fabi Laguna, whatever. And the other one's got a good portion by like Stephen Platt and Dan Frega.
Oh, hmm. I
My
don't
favorite
remember
thing,
those.
my favorite thing is they're all captured by Mojo. It's like a Mojo story, and you get a brief interaction between Cable and Colonel Bravo.
Hmm.
Colonel Bravo's like, Nate, and Cable's like, Bravo, what are you doing here? He's like, I'm like, that's
I
hilarious,
am
dude.
here. I'm you. It's Colonel Bravo and Cable look exactly alike.
Got a nice, got. So keep going. Glory
Yeah, so
Benjamin, that's the
I had Bad Arc 1A and the 2A covers better. I had all the Extreme. I have Extreme Zero, Extreme Maximum Hero, Maximum.
well, that's is that Zero? Is that Extreme Zero?
This is Extreme Zero. Yeah.
Which was supposed to be like a quarterly book, but they never got to an issue 1.
Is that was mail away?
That was mail away, which I did not mail away for. I somehow missed it and got it like a couple years later.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. I have a couple of them. I think I have a couple. War Child 1. We love War Child here.
Yeah, we
Judgment
do.
Day. This is Judgment Day Omega number 2, not to be confused with Judgment Day 3.
Right. And which also, yeah, it's correct.
Rejects.
There's 2 Judgment Day Alpha covers. I mean, there's more than 2, but the 2 that I like, it's like Bad Rock Shaft and Fighting American. But then there's an identical cover that replaces Fighting American with Die Hard, and I love it.
Oh.
They just put a patch over it. It's pretty neat.
Rejects 0. I have Rejects 1. Did they do more than Rejects 1? Or that was
No.
it?
Reject Zero has 2 or 3 backups that were in Coven when they were building up to Rejects, but it left 1 story out. Boo.
Boo.
I know. And
The
then Rejects.
Liefeld variant of the Scroachy, awesome. And then Imperial, which is the Kirkman. I did
Right.
get, I have, but I don't like the cover. I have the Malar, what's that called? Bloodsport?
Bloodsport.
I have that. I just got it. I got it for cover actually, but it's the quietly cover, and I don't like that cover.
I like it, but I wanted something different. It's a joke cover.
Yeah.
Um, Youngblood Imperial. I was talking to Kirkman about it first time I met him, and he had about 10 or 12 issues kind of planned out. He had a big overarching story, but then he signed exclusive with Marvel, so he couldn't do it anymore. So Liefeld was going to have Fabian Nicieza take it over, and it didn't happen.
Well, that's funny.
Just, yeah.
I thought they do not like each other. Or
Well, Liefeld, no, Liefeld didn't have a problem with him because for most of his career, Fabian Nicieza, if you go back to the old Wizard magazines, they're like, oh, Wizards like, oh, you got a new house. This is the house that X-Force built? And Fabian Nicieza is like, no, this is the house that Liefeld built. Like, this
mm,
is, he was always very pro Liefeld. Liefeld brought him in on the X-Force Volume 2 miniseries that he did at Marvel after Bloodsport. And Marvel tried to get Peter Milligan, and Joe Quesada's like, listen, Rob, I can back this book if you have Peter Milligan script it. And Liefeld's like, nah, it's kind of like me and Fabian. It's our deal.
yeah.
I'm bringing him back in. So he stuck up for Fabian.
Oh,
And Quesada's like, well, then
cool.
I can't promote it. And Quesada didn't promote it. And what I hate about that X-Force miniseries is that it took him away from finishing Bloodsport.
Mm.
So boo to that. It's a good series. I like it. But
Bloodsport was how many? One.
one issue complete. The second issue, there was a bootleg edition of it. Kind of rare. It's like $100 book. It's got like 15 pages done, a couple pencil pages, some script. It's a fun project. If you ever see Bloodstrike bootleg number 2, I'm sorry, Youngblood Blue Sport, Bloodsport bootleg number 2,
Mm-hmm.
get it.
Okay.
There's a good
Yeah,
Liefeld
I've never
cover.
seen it.
Nah, you won't.
It's an actual like ashcan.
No, it's a full comic.
Oh. Hmm. Yeah, the arcades are not that easy to find. Our arcades are very rare.
No, yeah, they are. But
Um,
don't worry about the Bloodsport because I think you're going to get it within a year or two anyway.
good.
Yeah,
Bloodstrike. I had Bloodstrike 1, which I really like that Bloodstrike 1 cover, but I did too because it's a team. I thought that was a better cover.
Bloodstrike 1,
That's
Bloodstrike 2 came out.
I have.
Bloodstrike
Yeah.
3, he put some pages in the back of the then Youngblood ongoing series.
Mm.
Which it's on the Youngblood, it's on the Bloodstrike hardcover
Oh,
for
right.
trade. So
There's the Chad Bowers Jim Toe reboot.
that's a nice cover. That is like almost
17.
every member of Youngblood on one cover.
Yeah, I like that cover a lot. This is the Brigade flip book, Brigade Remastered number
Right.
1 flip book. Yeah, I didn't have any Brigade. I have a couple issues here and there, but I didn't have any Brigade representation there. So I might rework this a little bit. And then I got the 2 new Youngblood 2025s. The
Yeah.
launch cover.
No, this
And
is fun, dude.
yeah.
You
love
did a
it.
good job. I do love it. We are
You
like, our friends would probably be like these guys right now.
It was hard to whittle it down though, man. I have probably 50. I probably pulled like 100 something, and then I was like, and kept messing around with it.
100.
So I did a
Yeah.
full 100.
No, they're good. No, listen, dude, Liefeld knows how to make good covers.
Yeah.
Like these are all, kids. The reason Liefeld's so popular is because we were all kids when we discovered him, and he knows how to draw covers. He drew covers, and we're like, yeah, this looks really cool. This looks like every month it looked cool. So, yeah, man, good stuff.
All right, let me get boom.
So, starting right off with this.
Yeah.
So
Blind
Invincible
bags.
Universe Battle Beast #1 comes out this week. That is Robert Kirkman and Ryan Ottley's return to Battle Beast. By the way, read Skybound X #25, Days of Future Past special. That's got an 8-page Battle Beast story that is the prelude to this series.
Skybound
Okay, everyone.
X.
Skybound X. Skybound X. It's the 10th anniversary of Skybound, like a year or two ago, 3 years ago, and it had the Kirkman Otley Walking Dead 2000 story. Kind of the parody Walking Dead story where they're all superheroes. So they did like 5 issues of that, and then like, oh, we should do a Days of Future Past, like ha ha ha. And Kirk was like, yeah, we're going to, and he put a Battle Beast story in it. So they put out a blind bag for this book. This book sold nearly 400,000 copies, and this blind bag's part of the reason, because you didn't know what was in the bag. This is one example of what you could get. Otley said he drew bust and full body commissions, just a mixture of stuff. And this one is a full body commission. This is really awesome. which is pretty neat. You could open up that and get that. But
Yeah.
so we're gonna
Uh,
spoil stuff here. This is what else you could get: a reprint foil cover to Invincible 19, which has the first appearance of Battle Beast. That is awesome. That is really neat. We love foil covers right now.
Now
We just love them.
it actually said first appearance of Battle Beast, or it doesn't
I
say
don't
it
think
on the
so.
cover. Yeah, okay, so
Yeah,
that's a new
that's new.
addition.
Yeah,
New addition. Well, what's funny when I first saw this, I was like, I was like, did they put it in Invincible 19? How many copies do they have of that? Like, you know what I mean?
right.
Like that. I
That's
think
what I
that would have
thought
been
too.
cooler.
Like, did he have a warehouse of these sitting around somewhere?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it's cool because it's basically like they're not selling this besides this blind bag situation right now,
Right.
anyway.
Yeah.
So that's pretty fun. And we don't understand how this even is a thing. I
It
don't
must have
know.
been a leftover deal because Marvel printed this book. Kirkman did a book called Marvel Team Up, and one issue he had Invincible Spider-Man crossover, which is fantastic. It's a really good issue. It's drawn by Corey Walker, uh,
Original creator is the original
original
one.
creator of Invincible. Yeah. So when they Marvel did the Team Up trade, they had permission to put Invincible into the trade.
Mm.
So maybe this was just because I don't think this issue is in any Invincible hardcover. Like if you can't get this issue is not available in any Invincible trade or hardcover.
Yeah, it's not going to be in a compendium. It's not in a compendium.
No, there's not. That for some reason Kirkman didn't add that to his deal, which you can do that,
Hmm.
but they didn't.
Yeah.
So here it is. But that's a foil cover, and
Yeah.
this is even crazier.
I think this is the best thing. This is one
You
of the best things I've ever saw.
Yeah, you get
Can
a
you?
chromium copy of Battle Beast number 2
Yeah.
with your Battle Beast number 1.
Right.
Like that's insane. That's
And that's
insane, dude.
not right. It's a month early,
Yeah.
and it's for you.
I think Battle Beast itself is 2 weeks late, but I think they held it up for the bag stuff so everything could kind of come in
Right.
together. So it's fine. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah, this I'm really excited about. This is my background. This is Dan Brereton. I feel like he's gotten a little bit more refined. And then when the story came out, I'm like looking at it, I'm like, what? That doesn't. And that so yeah, Sean Gordon Murphy does an alternate
Yeah.
on it. September. This was actually out. This was actually a Kickstarter.
A Kickstarter. I have it.
Oh, you do
I'm
have
a
it?
I'm a big fan of Nocturnals.
Oh my
Right,
God.
all the way back to Bravura from the Malibu
Bravura.
Bravura line. That's what he started Nocturnals. It was good, and then when that kind of folded, he went to Dark Horse. And he stuck with Dark Horse for a while. I think one issue came out through Oni, like a Halloween special, if I remember correctly. I've been collecting this
Yeah.
book the entire time. And then he did a couple Kickstarters. This one came out. He put out some Kickstarter hardcovers and collections of everything. It looks really good. And so this is cool because it's got new covers, new like who's who type stuff in the back, and additional story pages. So that's fantastic. I think
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
I'm really excited about this because
I'm excited.
I didn't read you read this. I didn't read this, but
Yeah.
yeah, and it's I'm trying to think. Was there Dark Horse Presents? I feel like that they even had.
Yes.
I feel like they did an omnibus recently with like a ton of stuff in it. With a ton of stuff. But I think I would like to reread it maybe, and I'll see how much that omnibus is going for. I want to say it was pretty inexpensive. I want to say it was $60 or something like that.
He had them all available digitally.
Mm.
Like when I say I backed the Kickstarter, I backed the digital one.
Mm.
So that's what I have of all of these. Like I did have some nice black hardcovers. I think Black Planet was the name of his own company. Or
Yeah,
Black Planet might have been.
I think that's where the omnibuses are from, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm excited, dude. People don't talk about Brereton enough. He's in and out of Marvel. He's most famous for what was the DC book with Robin?
Thrill Killer.
Thrill Killer. That's what it was. Yeah.
Thrill Killer, which I believe Chaykin wrote. I think Chaykin. Was it a Chaykin? What's Chaykin? And then he did Giant Killer. Which
Giant Killer's
was
good
pretty
too.
Cool. Yeah.
Which he owns that.
Yeah, I guess that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would like it. I don't know if there is. There might have been a Giant Killer trade. You had Giant Killer 1 to 6, but then you had Giant Killer A to Z. You had like a who's who. Who's
Right.
who?
We love it, dude.
But yeah, there was Dark Horse Presents stuff that I think that he had in like a black and white wash in there, and I just recently got similar to that. I got a Dark Horse Presents in like a dollar bin or less, and it was a Simonson Star Slammers, which I don't know if is printed anywhere. It's like 5 pages. Awesome.
Huh.
Black and white. So yeah, very, very exciting. I wonder. So Paragon put out this. So they just recently. So X-Men, this is Wolverine by Chris Claremont. What a weird name. At least there's a better cover on this, the first cover anyway. Um, because I feel like the other one, which is the Days of Future Past #0 or whatever that LaRocca drew, which I don't want LaRocca to draw that. That came out like same thing.
Yeah,
These
it was
deluxe
in
editions came out through this company called Paragon, where they did these high end reprints. And then you would have like an issue. So I guess after so many years, Marvel's allowed to print it or whatever deal they had, right? So they're putting
good.
this one shot out. But what's kind of interesting here is that like it's going a little bit back in time because this is Tom Riley. This is Tom Riley pre GI Joe, so you can still see it. When I first looked at it, I thought it was Somni or Leonardo
This is
Romero.
awesome looking. What is this story? Obviously I never read it.
It's just going to be around. It's going to be this era. It's going to be this era of I guess when they're going to see Mariko. Yeah. So I guess it's going to be it's falling right in that time. Yeah. Yeah. Fine. Listen.
They, I guess it's all the clones of Sabretooth because Mr. Sinister was supposedly making. Chris Claremont said every Sabretooth you ever saw, Iron Fist 14 is the original Sabretooth, and no other Sabretooths were original up until like I don't know. I think the Alan Davis issue. He says that's why they all kept getting beat by Power Man or getting beat by like Black Cat. They were all Mr. Sinister clones. He's like the real Sabretooth wouldn't get bit.
Convenient.
Yeah.
That's a very fucking convenient situation. So that's funny. Yeah, but I mean, listen, it's so funny. Like Riley here, I think is looking like this. This is like Paul Smith. That's so Paul Smithy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Just yeah.
It's
Again,
a little bit of it's a little bit of everything, but yeah.
what is
Yeah.
this fucking
I don't I
cover?
don't I don't
This is the worst thing ever. This is like it's not done yet. Like it's not
yeah.
done yet.
Also like look how long those claws are. They're
It's
ridiculous. They look
bad.
stupid.
It's really bad. That's by Jung Jin Yoon. That's when you
All right.
call and go, "Hey, I need you to do something with this. This is really it's
Hey,
like clay."
Riley, can you do a Wolverine cover for the Wolverine comic we're printing?
Yeah,
Like
that you drew.
I'm sure he'd be like, yeah, let me show people how I would draw Wolverine today.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what
You
I would
know,
want. Yeah. So it's kind of
but
goofy with that cover. I'm not a fan, but I have to go. Let's jump back to that. This is kind of neat. So this is McNiven.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, is that
McNiven's
all
so
right?
interesting because like he's basically doing the Wolverine cover. Yeah, doing the Wolverine trade cover.
It's like a little like a different take on the trade cover.
Yes, it's a different angle, but he's doing the light, which I think we've talked about this a couple times. It's probably Jeff Darrow inks. That's what I always.
That's the rumor, yeah.
It's not ever told. So,
All right,
yeah, we'll take it. Um,
we'll take it.
you called this because this news here with Jeff Loeb coming back was doing these little bits and pieces in these one shots they're doing of X-Men Age of Apocalypse. And
Yeah,
then now they're just like, all right, we're just going to give them a little mini, which is nice. And we don't really know if Jeff Loeb,
I
from his
I
own mouth, said I'm probably retiring, so he might be doing this like little, like you
it's like
said, like a
a
victory lap.
victory. Yeah, it's a victory lap.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm excited about this. Jeff Loeb wasn't real big when he started doing Age of Apocalypse. It was Lobdell's deal.
Mhm.
Lobdell. I think it's actually Lobdell. But together they would call them Lobdell.
Loeb.
See?
Oh, so
So
you did there.
yeah. So what's it? DeMayo's drawing it, right?
Yeah, I don't. These pages look good though.
Oh,
Okay,
the pages look good.
these
Hey,
pages do look good. So
Hey, Mark, read my mind. Who should they have called to draw this?
Roger Cruz,
Good job,
baby.
dude. You are 100% right.
Roger Cruz. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is there because I
I
feel
don't know.
like
I don't know why you wouldn't call him. He he's the artist of Age of Apocalypse. He drew Alpha and the He's the Alpha and Omega of Age
he's
of
the
Apocalypse.
Alpha and Omega. Yeah, because it doesn't really say. I imagine there's probably going to be other artists doing this because it just kind of says that Alpha and Omega are Simone DeMeo or some of it's Simone DeMeo or maybe the whole thing. We'll see. I mean, the thing that bummed me. This is much more colorful than I expected, and Simone DeMeo does. I don't know if that's Simone's a guy or a girl here. Because recently someone said something, and I was like, oh, that's a Valerio. Was it Valerio Shiti? It's a guy. I didn't know that.
So it feels like they said it's a sequel to Age of Apocalypse.
Mhm.
So I'm like, that's good. Like, don't. like I don't like that David Lapham series. I think they all lose their powers. It's like not great. It's not even memorable,
Is that the
really.
Bacalo one, or that was
I
Bacalo?
think
Was that
I,
Akira Yoshida?
I think it was Akira Yoshida.
Hmm.
So I don't know.
There was
But
a
yeah,
Lapham,
so yeah, I
Lapham
think he
Red.
wrote a series.
Hmm.
And I think like half the mutants like lost their powers like the first or second issue. I'm like, well, I don't want to read this now. Boring. But
Boo!
they had good. I think Ramos covers.
Look at this.
It looks cool, but like I mean, it looks cool. I like it. It's a weird smile. So like if we're going by this, okay, what else could we expect from Loeb? Could we get a Red Hulk book or a Cable book or Superman? Like if he's doing a victory lap, he's already this is the third major project.
Hmm.
Hush, Long Halloween, Age of Apocalypse. Like that's he's going right down the line.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll
I
take
don't
it.
know.
We'll take it. You know what's weird is that, we listen to podcasts all the time. That Batman podcast is out now. That Batman, like full volume
Yeah,
Batman or whatever, it's out, and we're just neither of us are doing it, you know.
yeah.
So I don't know what's happening there. But this year, yes, All Star Superman has an audiobook, and it's like with full cast, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm sorry, hang on one second. I'm gonna pause this real fast. All right. All Star Superman scores audio. This is a full audio book. So I know that Batman one, the Batman podcast that they have out, is just like an ongoing tale. I don't know if it's new or they're adapting. Here, they're clearly adapting. I don't know who any of the people are. There was a big cast. I didn't put the cast list because there was no one.
No one we know.
There was no one we know.
Should have hired us. We would have did it.
Yeah, this popped up and I didn't really care. New Heist series, Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League. That's the whole name of it. Seems like a really long title. But it's Greg
I thought
Rucka
you were
and
saying
Nicola
Rob,
Scott.
the Justice League. I'm like, what?
Rob, the Justice League
What about him?
announced. There was like 2 pages of it, and the 2 pages were nothing. The 2 pages were like literally just like it was like you, I think it was Cheetah in the second page of the last panel. So, but that's okay. Listen,
I don't know, man. It's weird because it's like I'm looking down. And I'm like, this is the first I've heard of this. It's like Greg Rucka and Nicola Scott. Like, this is what they're doing.
that's what they're doing.
You people could do anything.
Well, they did Black Magic, but no one cared.
Nah,
They had their own creator own.
no, yeah, you could do anything at DC. She can draw anything. She's like one of their
Yeah,
best
yeah, yeah,
artists.
yeah, yeah.
Like her
Nah,
Titans run with Tom Taylor looked really great.
yeah.
Like everything, like her Wonder Woman, her is it not? It's not her story, is it?
No.
I feel like somebody said that. I feel like whatever. The Wonder Woman book looked really good. Like she's like one of the best Wonder Woman artists.
Hmm.
All right. I mean, Cheetah and Cheshire robbed the Justice League. Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it's gonna go in the folder of eventually I'll read it. I know the Black Canary thing just ended, and then I heard that the last couple pages
Don't say anything.
in it. No, I
I did
won't. The only thing that I'll say is that I know it's Black Label or whatever. I guess, or it's not listed as Black Label.
right.
It's just it's like the Tom King of verse where it's just kind of stuff is just there.
All right.
I
I
can't
read
say
the
that.
first 5 issues, and it's like this really could have just been like one annual.
Yeah, it seems
I'll say
super
that.
long-winded. Yeah, it just seemed
I know what he wants to do. I know the story he's trying to tell. It's like
is Richard
I don't
Dragon
know.
in it? I know Lady Shiva's in it, but
Yeah, she's
who's
like the
Richard Dragon in it?
Dick Dragon
Dick Dragon. Listen, that
on the ground when I walk.
that Richard Dragon. Here's my new Godzilla cup.
Oh,
Godzilla
nice.
-1. Very cool. It's all big too. It's all big. It's all big.
Yeah, that's our world we live
Um,
in.
it is. Here we go. This is weird. So I understand. Listen, I understand that Thunderbolts was always this Asterix was going to be there. That was always
Yes.
going to change. This is not this brand is so diluted in the comics that having a new Thunderbolt series and flipping it at like they like right now-ish, it's not going to do anything. Are
It,
you gonna make it returnable then? Like if
mm.
I mean, are you really expecting it's going to sell more? I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get this. See the whole thing with the new Avengers, it was and even Dark Avengers. Anytime they changed the Avengers title, it was for a specific purpose.
Yes.
And then here, it's just not. It's
Also,
just like
do we need new Avengers anymore? Like it was
no,
cool once.
yeah,
Now you're just like part of like to me, I feel like Avengers should be like the Justice League, where you're on call. You're on call all the time. We have 100 members. We need this Avengers for the secret stealth missions. We need
yeah.
this Avengers to be our public face. We need this Avengers to
We had
go open
Secret
up a.
Avengers. Yeah, we had the Black Ops Avengers.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
that makes
had
sense.
yeah, that was their X Force kind
New
of.
Avengers would be like the people they're training to be Avengers. You know, that would
Avengers
be new
Academy.
Avengers. Yeah,
Yeah,
that'd be Avengers Academy. Yeah, whatever.
was that
I
Slott?
like. I do like Sam
What book
Humphries
was that?
though.
That was pretty good.
Avengers Academy, yeah, that was great. Dan Slott with Caselli,
Yeah,
Stefan Caselli, that was great.
and you had was it Luke Cage was kind of their main teacher, and
Yeah,
um,
Luke Cage. It was at Camp Hammond, named after Golden
different.
Age Human Torch. It was awesome. Slapstick,
Yeah, I just and
Gauntlet.
also that fucking logo. Just switch up the logo. It's
Eh,
just not like what's this? What's that cover? I just don't,
what is that, dude?
just a weird orange like the fuck yellowy. It's bad, 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 bad. I mean, again, I think that the asterisk is kind of funny, but maybe that's. But see, they didn't solicit this like this. They didn't solicit it like I don't know. It's going the wrong way. It's going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. Asterisks. And also, there's not one there's not one character that was in the original Thunderbolts. Still, usually there's one that carries over. I feel like there's always one that carries over because how many Thunderbolts have we've had? We had the initial lineup. Hawkeye joined it later.
Right.
Then it went to like all newish people that was drawn by like Francisco Ruiz, John
Is that when
Arcudi.
it was like the wrestling comic? Wasn't it? I feel
Yeah,
like there was like a lucha
there was
libre
like
type
five
thing
or
going
six
on.
issues, and then they were like, okay, no, and then they either canceled it, and then I didn't want to say,
Then you
uh,
got the Warren Ellis run, which was great. That
yeah,
was really dark.
right, and then
And then
you
you had
had
the Thunderbolts get turned into Dark Avengers, right?
yeah, that was Kev Walker and Declan Shalvey. That was so that's kind of fun. So I did like that. Then they had it
Wasn't it
was
Tom Grummett do it for a while? I remember like Hyperion and stuff being in it, like some Squadron Supreme stuff.
yeah, I feel like they've done a good bit of it, and I feel like they're far away from the concept. They're far away from the concept.
They've never, yeah. But
Apparently,
the,
like one of the screenwriters who wrote it was not told because all the marketing he saw it for the first time. One of the screenwriters, and he's like, "Oh, I guess Taskmaster is dead." And what they did was they kind of used Taskmaster's lines and they all went to Ghost. Like they just kind of lifted and moved it over.
huh,
So yeah,
that
because
does
if
not
you
bode.
realize Ghost doesn't have anything specific later on in the movie. She doesn't she just has some stuff. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Because yeah, we need this. Now, I initially scoffed at this when I first saw this because they're doing an Everfrost series, and we know it was like, who cares? However,
Did they
um,
check with Jed McKay?
well, that was one thing I wanted to say, but you know
All
what?
right.
Listen, Jed McKay, I think he's getting a Black Hat Omnibus, so it's like your time here is done, sir. Like like it's I believe there is a Black Hat Omnibus going to happen. And look, he had 4 or 5 miniseries and had her kind of prominently featured in Avengers and stuff,
Uh-huh.
so he had his time. However, first off, this is kind of a dynamite team because G. Willow Wilson, well, I nothing ever really resonated that she's ever written ever. Not from like what was it? Air was the first like thing that they were like this girl is great, blah blah blah, and I didn't care about that book at all. That was a Vertigo book. That didn't do it for me. Um, but Poison Ivy is on what 38 something. It's on like some ridiculous
Yeah.
numbering, and
Yeah, but
other
will
things are
Marvel
getting canceled.
will Marvel allow that to happen?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I feel like was it Kelly Thompson? The She-Hulk run went through. They kind of did it, but the She-Hulk most recent She-Hulk run was I think 2 series, and it went around 30 issues in between the 2 series. So I don't know, maybe. But listen, You know, I
Listen,
like Gleb Melnikov, so let's go.
yeah,
You
I
know,
like Leb. I like G-Ball Wills, and we'll see how this is. I look forward to the book. Like I love Black Cat. She's always been one of my favorite characters.
well, I think like Magic came out, and Magic, I didn't look at it, but all the covers were J. Scott Campbell. He just left, and so I feel like that's going to get canceled soon. If you're having Adam Hughes as your regular cover artist, it might get some more issues. You know, it
Yeah,
might get 12 because I someone posted recently. I guess he did like 13 issues of Black Widow, and with the last run, they were all awesome. They're all really really great, really
yeah.
dynamic. So just grab some quick toy stuff.
As always,
NECA, dude, how crazy cool! They're getting so good at these. This is ridiculous. This is really tough. These are just straight up, and you'll see. This is just straight up.
that's ridiculous.
It's so crazy. It's really cool. It's really, really cool. Here we go. Look at this, dude. Dude, look at this. This is
Yeah.
crazy.
And like this is what McFarlane wants to step
Ah,
away from with his toys. He's like, oh, we're not doing the ink lines right. Like, you're wrong, McFarlane. You kind of are.
he's doing okay. I don't know. I was in Walmart today and I looked at what did I see this week? I saw I think they're okay. I think this is better. I feel like this is well,
Oh
it
no, this
also
is really good.
it also kind of comes to what, you know, what Eastman draws like. You know what I mean? So it's toyetic is as you would say, right? Look at this. What Elite Assassin.
It is very toyetic.
That's right. Um, May the Fourth be with you. All the Hasbro Pulse stuff that they did, there was like no good toys. There was like nothing. This was the only thing I think was close, and it's too expensive, but they look cool. But $65, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Is that pre-tariff?
Yeah. Oh, and this is disturbing as hell. This is so disturbing. So here's your Hot Toys Jar Jar Binks. Look at this,
Wow.
dude. This is that's nightmare fuel right there, man. That is nightmare. I have a Jar Jar Binks on card downstairs. I got him on the wall.
That's
Got him on
hilarious.
card, and I think it even has a discount sticker on it, which is even cooler. That's even funnier.
It's funny.
Look at oh my god, magnetically attachable tongue.
Ugh.
This is.
Yeah.
I wonder if we could have sales of this. I wonder if we could know what this sold. It has to have some type of interest, I imagine.
No, it 100% does. There's a generation of kids who grew up on the prequels.
This is so
That seems to
scary
be a
though, dude.
conversation that keeps happening lately.
Yeah, here's here's some good close-ups of that, which I think is pretty good. He seems a little bigger though. Actually, I don't like this figure that much because I feel like he looks bigger than Superman. See, the whole thing with Cyborg Superman is it's supposed to be just Superman. Like it's just Superman. I mean, Dan Jurgens, of course, drew him exactly like Superman, but here
Right.
he looks like a 16th or 12th, a little bigger up top, a little bigger. So I don't know. It's weird, but I think there is a card that Jurgens drew exclusive for this. So, but I'll take it. But again, we want multiverse to kind of just keep going, and I don't know if that's going to happen. You know. Now here's a question. So Image bringing back Battle Pope at 25th anniversary. Pope from Chicago, topical.
Yeah.
Um, how
Like,
is this going to
is this
work?
coincidentally? Is this coincidental, or is it like, hey, let's do this because
I don't know. I'm
because
not
it doesn't
sure.
take much to put this together. All right. So it doesn't say. All right. It just says there's the four paperbacks from the early 2000s.
Yeah.
What this is Funkatron Comics. First thing Kirkman and Tony Moore ever did was Battle Poop. Published it through Funkatron, self-published it, worked his ass off to get this thing, was selling them free giving away to stores, trying to promote it, whatever he could do. Um, and it got his foot in the publishing door. That's how he is such a good publisher today because he did all the grunt work back then. When Val Staples got ripped off by CrossGen, he needed like coloring work. So Kirkman's like, "Hey, you can recolor all these. You can color all these Battle Pope comics,
Mhm.
and that's good money because we'll print the comics, We don't have to pay. You don't have to repay the artist. I mean, he probably did, but you know what I mean. Like, so because all the original Battle Pope comics were in black and white, so when they reprint these comics, collect them in trades. I always assumed they were going to make a hardcover. It just took till now to do it. I have digital copies of the trades. The only thing the trades, he never got the Saint Michael miniseries color. There was a character in it, really important, Saint Michael, drawn by Matt Roberts,
Hmm.
and they never colored that section of the story. It's pretty good. It's a good part of the story. It's not Battle Pope, but it's a character from Battle Pope. So that would be what I'd like to see included in this Battle Pope 25th anniversary hardcover, the Immaculate Collection.
I would
How's
just
that?
be curious if, like, did he buy Tony out on this thing? Was this part of the thing, or do we think that Tony might get something from this?
I
Tony
think
Moore.
I think Tony's just going to get something for it.
Okay.
There was going to be a Battle Pope cartoon series on Spike TV back in the mid 2000s. You remember this?
Not really, no.
Yeah,
I
I
remember
don't
Spike
know how much of
TV.
it got done. I remember they had definitely had an ad for it. Definitely had a press ad for it, and I think Corey Walker drew that image. You ever read? Have you? How much of Battle Pope have you read?
Oh, I've just read maybe like a couple of like the first one or two issues that I think
When
they even put them up digitally, like just for free or something at one point. You
when
know,
Kath and I were first dating, we actually went around driving around all these comic stores so I could get a complete set. And Wade's had a lot down in the basement.
Wade's Comic Madness.
Wade's Comic Madness in Bristol, Bristol, PA.
Yeah, I think that's right. I think
Yeah,
that's right.
goes right across the Burlington Bristol Bridge.
There's always seemed to be 3 to 4 people working there, and no one can answer a question because nothing's priced. Like a lot of stuff's just not priced, or they're always working. It's not. That sort of makes me crazy. That sort of makes me crazy. A lot of these
That's
stores are
fun.
just difficult. They're very very difficult. Yeah. So boom, the omnibuys. Is that a word? Omnibuys. Something's killing the children. Again, I probably just have to wait through and just
I guess this is when I'll finally read it.
no, this is only the first 20 issues, and this is I don't know. It's not over
Well,
yet.
then they're going to make a second one. It'll be fine.
I'm just
It'll
gonna
be a good
wait.
start.
I'm just gonna wait it
Yeah,
out.
I hope it's. I hope I enjoy it as much as everyone else seems to love it.
I read the first trade. I have the first two trades. I read the first trade, and it's very, very good. And I like
Yeah,
that artist, Werther Del Adura. It's very
you don't
difficult to
say.
say. I don't really say. There was a Nancy Drew and Hardy Boys miniseries that I'm trying to remember who drew that or who wrote it, but that guy drew that. That was really good.
Do you remember Ben Stiller wanted to do a Hardy Boys movie? Probably like him and Owen Wilson. They'd be like the Hardy Boys as grown-ups.
Uh, what was the movie they did that was just not? It didn't work. Starsky and Hutch
Yeah, Starsky and Hutch.
didn't work at all.
I think it's like okay.
I don't think I laughed. I don't think even know if I smiled.
Yeah, I don't remember.
It was tough.
It was like, yeah. Sometimes things don't work. I never saw the Chips movie. I'm sure that's
That I saw it in
mediocre.
the movies.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Big fan of Chips, or just like needed
It,
to see something in the movies?
yeah, I think I was just seeing something in the movies. I don't know. I'm trying to remember how I
Did you
saw it.
laugh? You take a
It's
girl?
okay. I think I'm trying to remember when that came out. It might have been a date situation.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good. The plots were real loose, and you could tell it was
No,
just like
it bombed. And I think he. I don't know if he put up his own money or not for it, but he put let's say he put a lot of work into that movie.
he did, but
Uh,
it
Mr.
felt
Bell.
it felt it felt just friends. It felt like everyone's friends. It was Dax Shepard. Yeah, Dax Shepard
Yeah,
wrote it.
that's right.
Really
Mr. Bell.
directed it.
That's the most. Is there something worse you can call someone like how
Mr. Bell.
Mr. Bell? Uh, so what's this?
I didn't. I guess this. Yeah, I guess this came out. I haven't seen this one, but so they've been doing these Godzilla verses. I know Boston's out, and I think there's Chicago might be out as well. But I think when this was already in the works, but apparently like they just turned the profit over. They're donated like all the funds. IDW donated all the funds to
Oh,
Godzilla
because of the whole
versus.
Godzilla versus America series. Like this is one that was actually happening, and they're like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're
kind
like,
of
oh,
bad
it's
timing.
kind of bad press, even though no one's really paying attention to these Godzilla one shots, including myself.
I didn't mind the Chicago one.
Well, Chicago one I think was all Chicago people, right? It was Tim Seeley
Yeah,
and Norton and stuff like that. So
Chi Town. Yeah,
Yeah,
I used to think it said Chi Town because I didn't know it was pronounced Chi Town. I'm
right,
like,
right.
Chi
Cheese,
Town,
like Chi-Chi's.
like Chi, like Chi, exactly. That's exactly it. You see the Godzilla in the, it's like I think it's an advertisement for uh,
Like
South Asia. Or
tourism. Yeah,
yeah, did you see
it's a
that?
tourism. Yeah, you sent it to me.
Oh, okay, good.
It's like a minute and a half of Godzilla just kind of like at monuments throughout the Southeast Asia. So, but it's all new. Like it's all new and it's all awesome looking. You know what I mean? There, it's all new. Uh, all new effects and everything. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I'll take it. I'll watch it.
hey man, whatever they're doing. There was something I saw. Was it Rocket Team? There's there's a,
Rocket
there's a
Team.
guy that
Yeah,
I watch on YouTube, and then they just put up. Apparently, there was a Toho show right as Kamen Rider was coming out. I think Kamen Rider came out in
like in the
78,
'70s.
79. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still Showa era Godzilla, but they made a they made a show. It was like a family. It was like Rocket something, I think. Anyway, it was like a brother and a sister and like a younger brother, and then they become like these like kind of like Ultraman type of people, right?
Right.
However, it is show a continuity. They actually have a Godzilla on in an episode. They have a Ghidorah in an episode. It's the last Ghidorah Showa era. It's technically its continuity, and they have Gigan. Gigan
What a
dies.
what? Say that again. The Ghidorah Showa era. Like,
Ghidorah Showa era, and Gigan dies in it, and it's continuity.
no, not Geigen. Y-
Technically, it's
Do
kind of,
you
but Gigan didn't have the like they because it was a cheaper costume. They just like made a new
right?
costume for it. But
Just
The
just a
Godzilla
dude in a
costume that they
t-shirt and a
have,
mask.
well, the Godzilla that they use is the last like Showa costume. Like it is Godzilla continuity. And I got to see if I can find it on YouTube or whatever, So
Yeah.
there's a couple other things I've been looking at on YouTube where it's been people been doing like here's the top 10 fantasy films of the 80s that they're just kind of lost like Beastmaster and
Are there fan Godzilla movies? I'm sure there are, but like, have you ever?
no, well I'm sure there are, but no, not that
I think
I've
you've
seen.
ever researched, whether
No,
it's
but a couple years
CG or
ago they made these short films that are like continuity I believe too, and it's just like him fighting like
Gorg
Ultraman.
Gorgo. Gorgo. You ever watch Gorgo?
No,
Do you know
no,
what I'm talking about?
yeah, yeah. Well, I only
That's
know
I couldn't
because
remember the name of it like a year ago when I talked to you about it. Gorgo. It was like I think it was a UK Godzilla. It wasn't a bad movie, but they tried to do one like it. I think it was a '70s movie,
mhm,
but they tried to do one in the late '90s, like after the Godzilla movie,
mhm.
the Matthew Broderick Godzilla movie we got. I think they made a TV movie or a two-part Gorgo
Whoa.
TV movie, and here's how bad it was, dude. The first one, the first act monster is like it's like smaller, like a Velociraptor size. So it's like
Mhm.
they're doubling down on Velociraptor size Gorgo, and then the second part is like it's T Rex size, and then finally the third part is the Godzilla size one. God, it was really bad. It was real boring. I used to
uh,
have it on tape, but I lost it.
wasn't
God, I wonder if that's
MacGyver?
available.
There was a lot of stuff in the '90s. Wasn't there a Mark Hamill Guyver movie?
Oh yeah,
And then
Gorgo.
they do like the Sky. They did like Sky Commander or something like that. They were doing like pre Star Wars movies.
Oh
Was it
yeah.
video game?
Hey, did you see the non trailer for? Do you talk about Godzilla Kong Supernova?
No, it because it
Okay.
wasn't really anything. It was basically like you panned over to a Monarch Outpost computer when there's
Right.
Easter
That's
eggs
fine.
inside the stuff,
I know, and you can make
and a
phone calls and
logo.
stuff. The
Yeah,
fan
I called the phone
the fan
number.
theory is in the supernova in the O, there's like a weird light, and people are saying, "Oh, it's like Geigen's eyes or Geigen's eye." I'm like, all right, I'll take that.
Oh, I see. Right, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not super excited because it's not Adam Wingard directing this, but
Yeah, why not? He said he was up, he was down for three, and then he's like,
he started getting involved in another project or whatever.
it's still 2 years away, man. Like,
Yeah, but there's so
it's
much pre-production. There's so much. I think there's so much stuff that's done. So I don't know. I think
so
he's still a producer credit, so hopefully he'll maybe he'll come in
not
and pepper
not
some
that it's
stuff
going
out.
to tie in directly, but we're going to get the Monarch show first, season 2 of Monarch, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Because that I think that's done filming.
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm
They could spend a
curious about
year.
that. I don't
They could
know
spend,
if we don't
but it's
know
set in the
who's
past.
in that. Is it? I don't know.
Well, yeah, because the first movie took place right after Godzilla 20, like the first movie, and then I think it jumps 5 years into the future. But Kong's still on the island
Hmm.
because they remember the I think the post credit sequence is they come out of the other dimension. They both have two different totally theories about the Hollow Earth stuff.
Hmm.
Like there's Hollow Earth stuff, and then there's like alternate dimension stuff. So they got to come to like a consensus on that.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're just gonna say it's Pacific Rim and they got a hole in the ground. It's an alternate dimension.
Different holes for different.
Well, they did that a little bit in the last one because they had the different like portals. That's how so they could say like, oh yeah, it's plot or it's all very
Yeah.
plot convenience.
But anyway, so when they came out, they were on Kong. They were on Skull Island, and Kong was like they were still was still when Kong was still there.
Hmm.
So that means it's before the first Godzilla Kong movie, I guess.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay, you're right. Yeah, that's
But
right.
probably after Godzilla King of the Monsters, maybe.
Uh,
So Creepshow
this is the volume
anthology.
four. I feel like I'm so bad at these anthologies, man. I'm not. You love them. I can't. I don't know.
I just do, man. It's so
Yeah.
weird. It's not like I'm like, oop, gotta read the new. I'm not excited about it. I'm not like this week new Creepshow. No, but when I get it, I'm like, yeah, they're just fun. They're fun.
Yeah,
I
I
wish
think.
they could. I wish they could do more superhero anthologies and be creative. Just do like a superhero anthology where it's like
What
this.
about black, white, and red though? Black, white, and red.
No, it's garbage, dude.
Red, white, and blue.
No, what it is, Mark. See, they can be lazy. They don't have to be. And some of them are super inventive, and you get a twist
Mhm.
ending, and it's cool. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's like a 2000 AD, version of like a superhero, and I like that. But sometimes it's just like boring or it doesn't
Yeah,
make
they're not
sense.
hiring. I mean, listen, Batman Black and White, they hired like super high-end talent on that first mini, and ever since then, it's been major diminishing returns. First
Yeah,
two minis,
I mean,
basically.
it varies. You get some good stuff. Obviously, we have some good Michel Fiffe and good Daniel Warren Johnson stuff. We
Yeah,
got an Eric Larson Venom that who knows if we'll ever even see that one. That's from the Venom Black, White, and Reds. It's never been solicited.
that's
I don't
ridiculous.
know who's holding that up. I don't think
Yeah,
they've announced it yet. They haven't even announced that book yet.
that's
And
weird.
Larson showed me all 10 pages in New York last year, and he's like, "Yeah, I've had these done for like 2 years."
Jesus. Yeah,
I
you
know.
figure they would have put it out before the last Venom movie.
Yeah. So
Yeah, but
that's
announcements here, they have Jeremy Adams is writing, Eduardo
ooh,
Rizzo,
that's awesome.
and then as well as Godzilla Monster Island Summer Camp team, which is Rosie Knight and Oliver Ono. That's a fun one. That one's really fun. That one's very goofy, but a
Yeah,
lot of fun.
it's fun.
This was announced, but there's no. I think I've seen this person before. I'm K
Yeah,
Nahul.
it's Casey Jones. Mark, you don't know him?
No, this the artist. The artist is covers by Danny Earls. Danny Earls is the B artist of
No, you
Hulk.
know who's draw this book? The artist Casey Jones. Remember him? Kind of a Cully
Yes.
Hamner style.
Did he create Risk or Law and Order? Which one was his for Extreme or
No,
Maximum?
that's Chuck Jones. Chuck Jones
Uh,
created Risk, not the animator Chuck Jones. The extreme.
yeah. Casey Jones was a what was the style of that? That was like
It was like the. It was not quite Cully Hamner-ish. 90s Cully
yeah
Hamner-ish. Did he do some Excalibur stuff? Did he
yeah
draw
yeah
some
yeah
Ben Raab stories?
yeah. He did Excalibur. That's right. He drew Excalibur because Pacheco was still doing some covers on it. Because I feel like
Right.
I've grabbed some issues. I'm like, oh yeah, Pacheco, and then I
So it
grab
was
them and I look and
post.
it's not.
So Pacheco was working with Warren Ellis on Excalibur. Pacheco left first,
Mm.
and then I think when Warren Ellis left, I think Ben Raab took over.
Ben Rab.
I guess he's just doing TV shows now. It's weird.
Yeah.
So all right, Casey Jones book. I'm down.
Um.
Don't like this.
No. Yeah. So BCW Comic Bags Boards being hit by 150% tariffs. Now this is bad
Do you know what that means?
because It means that
150%
every
tariffs. That means if 100 bags cost, let's say 100 boards used to cost $10.
mm,
Now that's going to cost 200 or $25. 150% makes it $25.
yeah. Well, the cost, yeah, right,
Yeah. Well, all right. So if it costs the comic store $5, then now it's going to cost the comic store 12.50.
right, right.
So they can charge you their normal 50% markup, or they could charge you. You know what I mean? It's not good.
Yeah, well, I think the thing that I'm thinking of right off is like how much stuff my brother ships, how much stuff that Liefeld ships and whatnot, how much stuff like this is completely necessary in that market. That's a
Yes.
million percent necessary. Like not like this would be like, oh, the Gemini mailers, okay, they have to now be not six, they don't cost whatever, they don't cost 350 now, they're $7. Now they're $10 each. Okay. Where's that going to come from? It's going to come from whatever the product's going to be. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
if Liefeld has, a $10, $15 Youngblood comic, it's going to have to be 25, or more. It all has to get built into that. So, I mean, I don't, for me, I mean, my collection is open. I don't have any bags and boards of my stuff. So
Heathen.
I have it in a nice room, nice climate controlled room, sort of.
Sort of.
Um, yeah, better than the basement. Better than the basement.
That's true.
So,
You got everything out of the basement, right?
mhm. Yep.
Ugh, that was rough, dude.
Yeah, you didn't like that.
No, I didn't. I had a basement full of stuff, but I had like two dehumidifiers running, so it was like perfect down there, and it was the perfect temperature, and it was like not humid
Yeah,
at all.
I would say half of that, half of what I had down there, I sold.
All
I would
right,
say most of it. Now I'm I have another culling that I'm going to be doing. But
a
you
culling
know,
of what?
like my master collection's there. I'm just going to look through and see. I just have some extras and stuff.
Yeah, well, that's not a culling. That's
Yeah, I just want to
weeding.
really look at. Yeah,
You,
really look at
you got
what
to
I'm
curate,
doing.
Mark. I'm always about curating a collection.
Oh man, forget it. Yeah, yeah. I got a lot of good stuff.
It's good, man.
A lot
Fun.
of fun.
You keep all the fun stuff.
Yes. That's right. Well,
That,
that's all my news. That was all my news for the week. I feel like
yeah, I
that
don't.
the summer movie lineup's starting, and someone just kind of did a lineup of the titles, and just nothing really. And I heard Friendship is fine, so I might be waiting on
Well,
that. That's the Tim Robinson. He didn't
oh,
write it. It's fine.
okay, it's
That's not
fine.
good.
All right. Well, I mean,
A24's got to get it together.
I hope.
A24, Death of
Yeah, is
Unicorn is supposed to be bad. That's supposed to be bad, bad.
that the one they? Is that the one that was overpaid for by American audiences?
I believe so. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
I'm excited about Mission Impossible. Like this, maybe the last one. I hope it's good. The last one was fine. I mean, I always like it.
Yeah, the last one was fine. I think that there was so much hype on that stunt. You just waited for that stunt. I think
And you know
that's
what
bad.
else? I haven't seen Top Gun Maverick. I didn't really.
Oh yeah, it's
This is
very
like
good.
it.
Yeah,
That's what I heard, and everyone was like, everyone thought because Maverick made so much money, it made all the money. They thought this Mission Impossible would make all the money, and then it
right.
underperformed. So hopefully people will
They
come
also
back
marketed it as
around.
part one, and then they switched it later. You know, because Thunderbolts. So that was the thing this week. Is Thunderbolts switched it, and then there was an article this week. I should have grabbed it. It was like all the movies that changed their name, like Live Die Repeat it was originally Live Die Repeat, and then Edge of Tomorrow, back to Live Die Repeat. So if you buy it now or overseas, it's so the rundown. There's a there's a the Rock movie. That one that's like different in a couple different countries. X2 is X2, X-Men 2, X-Men United. You know what I mean? Like it's
Oh
that's
yeah, that
three
was
different
bad.
titles. Harley Quinn was just what was it? The
It was Birds of
fabulous.
Prey.
Yeah, but it was originally it was the fabulous emancipation of Harley Quinn of one Harley Quinn or
Of
something
one
like
Harley
that.
Quinn, which is like really stupid.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Yeah,
And
we
then
get
they
what you're trying
flipped
to
it the
say there.
day. Then it a weekend or actually that weekend. And I want to say that I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, the apparently the weekend. that Thunderbolts was out. If you bought it through one of the apps, it just had a new Thunderbolts poster. Or they had, I'm sorry, it said New Avengers on the poster as you're buying it. So that's not good.
Okay.
You know, I know it was there all along, so that's okay. But I don't know what they're really expecting. It's still going to probably make 700. It's not even really pacing to make it to go past uh cap
Like,
yet.
I know it was number one this weekend, which I don't think was very hard to do.
Yeah.
But like, did it do good this weekend? How was the drop off?
Yeah, 55%. So normally it's like 60, 60, 65, but nothing else was out. So 55's okay, but
Wasn't
you
the
know,
cap drop off like 30%?
it was, but there was, yeah, I think Cap had a strong 3 week. I think this would should have a strong longer, uh,
Up
I
until
think,
Mission Impossible should do good.
yeah, I think word of mouth on this is great. I think Sinners is now 600 to 700 million, a lot overseas.
Yeah,
Like,
everyone's seen Sinners, and a lot of people have seen it like more than once.
just see it. Yeah, I want to see Sinners again. I just don't know. I'm hoping that. See, it's so time based, like, because I don't think I can see Sinners at IMAX. I think I'm done. I
No, I
think
think I think I think that
the ship has sailed.
that opening is closed.
The opening, the H is O. The H is O.
Gotcha. So now that we're just pouring people, now this is just turning into our actual film calls.
This is it. Yep.
This is it. Do wop. All right, man.
So everyone
So we got
have a great time. What
yeah,
do you?
check
What
us
do you?
out later in the week. We're gonna have reviews day. Got some good stuff to review.
Look,
Mark's gonna pull that Youngblood book for
look
the
at me.
third or fourth week in a row.
I'm bloodshot. Look at me. You can't even
You,
see me.
I can't even see me. What are you,
There
John
I
Cena?
am.
Make
I'm
a wrestling
bloodshot.
reference I don't get. You are. You're Bloodshot.
There's me.
The Bloodshot eyes.
I should review this in an original combo number one from
You
1996.
know, it's tempting. It's tempting to like review all the non-Wizard magazines, like the cartoon kayfabe guys, like Wizard magazine. Well, let's
Yeah,
do fan. Let's do combo. Let's do hero.
yeah, yeah.
Let's do comic scene. Comic scenes would be fun.
I have some good. I have a couple good comic scenes. Um, yeah, it's funny to look through this, and we could even go through and see what how much things are. You know, like what's a Conan one in here? $210.
Wow,
$210.
it's pretty good.
Yep. So, all right, everybody. Well, we'll see everyone soon. Reviews day coming up.
Yep,
New formats coming. We're doing lots of things, lots of thoughts, lots of things.
we're doing some thinking.
Doing some hard thinking. Uh, everyone have a great week, and we'll see y'all
On
soon.
the flip side.